Boom. Before we go any further, I just wanted to share again the awesome app that is Anchor, because more than anything, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's free. More than anything, there's creation tools that allow you to read and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will actually distribute your podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. I use it. I think everyone should use it to get their point across, make their own podcast, and start earning money from home. So go ahead and download the free Anchor app on your phone or go to anchor.fm to get started. Again, it's Anchor, ANCHOR.FM, just to get started. Thanks. What's going on, guys? This is Logan over here with the Affiliate Movement, and I just want to thank you guys for taking time out of your day to listen to me a little bit. We're coming close to the end of the Happiness Advantage, and I hope you guys have been really liking it. We got a few more principles, but they're a lot shorter than the other ones, so I probably won't have to break it down to any part ones and part twos. And like I said, if you guys have missed any of the principles, we went through principle 2 and principle 1, and I love it, guys. There's a lot of tangible things that we can do every day to alleviate stress and just kind of have a better outlook on our lives to be happier. Okay. Now, I know that my channel is actually about affiliate marketing, but I think a lot of these principles are important to have as our foundation so that we can go forward and start making your brand, start building your business online, even if at first you don't see very many results. And I'll be honest, at the point of making this, which I hope, eventually when people listen to this, there'll be a lot more people, following this podcast, but I probably only have, a handful of views, and that's okay because I'm enjoying the process. I'm doing this for me, and I want to be happy while doing it. Okay. So the principle 3 is called the Tetris effect. Okay. And I'm just going to highlight some of the things that I found extremely awesome, and then hopefully weave some of my personal experiences into it as well. Okay. So the first thing it says is constantly scanning the world for the negative comes with a great cost. It undercuts our creativity, raises our stress levels, and lowers our motivation ability to accomplish goals. There's been countless times in my life where it was just like basically a wall in my mind where it was almost pleasurable to think negatively, if that makes sense. And for example, like after this last summer with the COVID and I got coronavirus, I was stuck in a small room for 12 days straight. I was going crazy. I was thinking super negatively, and my wife was actually super concerned. And I was stressed. I wasn't enjoying my life, and I had zero motivation. I wasn't doing very much. And so, guys, I think we got to constantly scan the world for positive instead of negative. Okay. Inattentionally blindness, and all that means is our frequent inability to see what is often right in front of us if we're not focusing directly on it. Inattentional blindness. Okay. Our frequent inability to see what is often right in front of us if we're not focusing directly on it. Guys, this happens to me all the time, and I think for me it happens a lot, at least in the industry of making money online. It's called shiny object syndrome. And so what a lot of people do is they go on YouTube, and YouTube's a funny algorithm. And right whenever you start learning about affiliate marketing, you start seeing all these gurus, you're about ready to take action. YouTube wants to keep you on their platform. So what would make sense for them? They want you to see maybe something different in the same niche as make money online, but like take you away from maybe taking action and just staying on their platform. And so for years, even I would just watch YouTube videos, watch content. I'd be stoked about maybe FBA, Amazon FBA. I learned a little bit about it. I'm like, dude, I got to start this. and my brother can acknowledge this because he knows. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm going to start this. And then all of a sudden the next day I'm like, no, it's all about making shirts online, print on demand. It's all about this. It's all about that, because it's shiny object syndrome. But really, guys, if you buy, a lot of people buy courses and never even start them, much less finish them before they go on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So a lot of times what we really need is right in front of us, and unless we're actually directly focusing on it, we're not going to be able to open our eyes to it. We'll be blind, like it says. So it says we tend to miss what we're not looking for. And that goes kind of back to the last subject, because I'll give you guys an example. Growing up, I remember when I was 10, 12, 15, when my parents would be looking at houses when we're moving, all of a sudden we were all just only seeing houses and prices. Man, that'd be a nice house. All of a sudden my parents, a couple years later, they're like, we're going to get a new car. We're looking for a new car. All of a sudden I'm noticing just pure cars all the time. I'm like, oh, that'd be a cool car. I completely forgot about houses or anything. I'm just always scanning for cars. And it goes back to the point that we miss a lot of the times what we're not looking for. And so I guess when it comes to affiliate marketing and bringing happiness into it, if you're looking to make success, you have to pick one thing, stick with it, and give it a good try. And if it doesn't work over a good amount of time, then yeah, you can pass on it and maybe start to look something. But you gotta look for it, right? And I think that's a big thing. Otherwise, you're gonna miss out. And stick to it, not have shiny object syndrome. When our brains constantly scan for and focus on the positive, we profit from 3 of the most important tools available to us: happiness, gratitude, and optimism. Our brains constantly scan for and focus on positive. We profit from 3 of the most important tools available to us: happiness, gratitude, and optimism. Think if you could just have those 3 things in your family, in your health, and obviously in your careers, your jobs, and your callings, right? If you could be happy, have gratitude and optimism, even if sometimes things are difficult, man, you can get through anything. You can actually enjoy your life. Those 3 things. I think that's what we all need to focus on. That's what we need to put our focus on, right? That's what we need to look for: the happiness, the gratitude, and optimism. Okay. Psychologists call this predictive encoding. Priming yourself to expect a favorable outcome actually encodes your brain to recognize the outcome when it does in fact arise. Predictive encoding is just when you prime yourself to expect a favorable outcome, and it teaches your brain to recognize the outcome when it does in fact arise. Wow. Okay. And this kind of is the opposite of what we talked about earlier, where people with anxiety and depression actually focus on the negative outcome. Whereas it's something you don't ride a bike right away. It's something that you have to train yourself to do. And I've had ups and downs in my life where, when I'm happy and I have gratitude and optimism, I always am like, not the devil's advocate, but the angel's advocate. Or even if things are really bad, I'm like, you know what? Maybe this happened. You know what? Maybe they have something going on. And all of a sudden, even if it is bad, it's like not as bad, right? Because you're looking for that optimism. You're trying to train your brain to think positively. The best way to kickstart this is to start making a daily list of the good things in your job, your career, and your life. Guys, I've never heard so many times in my life, gratitude journal. When you wake up, when you go to bed. And to be honest with you all, I do not do that. My dad tells me every single time I talk to him pretty much to do that for a number of reasons. Not only this, you look more positive. You start your day positive, you end your day positive. But guys, think about when you're 70 or 80 and your children and your grandchildren want to know who you are. If you have a journal telling them what you're going through, the challenges that you overthrow, what you feel like, how you develop in your life, that will be priceless. And I need to make myself. And that, guys, that is a huge reason why I even do these podcasts, because I want to have these be around for a long time, and so that any of my future children, my son, I'll be leaving hopefully something behind that helps others. And I hope, that this is somewhat kind of a journal, and this is therapeutic for me too, in a way, excuse me. Back to the point here. When you write down a list of 3 good things that happened that day, your brain will be forced to scan the last 24 hours for potential positives. Things that brought small or large laughs, feelings of accomplishment at work, a strengthened connection with family, a glimmer of hope for the future. What 3 good things happened today? I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or Mormons as some people call us. And you hear a lot of talks from a lot of the church leaders. And they always talk about gratitude journals. And one thing that, not just in this church, but any church, right? Like those that focus on gratitude, I'm sure that it helps them get far in life, because they're no longer dwelling on the negative. They're actually focusing and intentionally putting energy into finding the positive. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, a variation of the 3 good things exercise is to write a short journal entry about a positive experience. Again, writing things down. Let's say that you have a negative and hard day. What if you went back and looked at your journal and just saw all the good things that you experienced? All of a sudden your mindset is changing. Beautiful things. And lastly, guys, this is my last part that I really liked from this book is, it's not your age or what you do for a living. It's the training and consistency that counts. There's so many guys, there's a lot of gold nuggets in this. If there's one thing that we can master to become great as a father, a husband, in your career, is some sort of consistency. Because every time that I feel like I'm doing well in something, as far as like marketing or my job, where I feel like I'm giving a lot of myself, I tend to feel like I'm slipping. Something in my life is slipping as well. And that's because I become consistent in one thing, and then all of a sudden that overshadows the consistency of something else. If you could be overarchingly consistent, 30 minutes working out a day, 10 minutes of gratitude, morning and night. If you're religious, say your prayers. Looking for those 3 things in the day that were positive. If you do that consistently, I can promise you, and myself, right? I'm promising myself, we will be changed individuals. And I brought this up many times, guys. I do believe our sole purpose on this life is to progress. So if any of these things can help us progress, I invite you to do so. If this helped you at all, please share it with someone. Send a message to a family member or friend who are possibly struggling, and send them some of these good things about the happiness advantage. I truly think there's a reason why I'm going over this in spite of all these technological marketing ideas. Is because I truly think that this book is influential and helps people. Okay. Tomorrow we'll be talking about Principle 4, which is following up. And then after that, we have Principle 5, the Zorro Circle. Principle 6, the 20-second rule. And then Principle 7, the social investment. Guys, after that, the book's done. And I will love to hear, whether on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook group. You guys are welcome to join those as well. What book you want me to read next? I do have a couple here. I have YouTube Secrets, The Consultant Next Door. I have the Content Multiplier Formula. I have .com Secrets, Expert Secrets. And so my favorite book ever, and which I might do next, is Take the Stairs. So I'd love to hear feedback, guys. Any kind of feedback in a community sense, I would love. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I love talking to you guys. Those who actually do listen to this, I love you, and I hope we can help grow this a little bit more together. Again, I hope you have a great day and stay happy.